1 o'clock. Gosh, the question. Hey, happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You know, it really doesn't matter what day of the week it is because you are here with me and I'm so super excited to have you here. So this is something that I decided to do yesterday, 2 days ago, and it's just to interview different women that I feel are thriving. So here on this wonderful Thursday, we're going to be thriving Thursday. If you are watching me on YouTube, hello YouTube, please subscribe, share that link. If you're watching me on Facebook, hello Facebook, and if you're there, LinkedIn, hello LinkedIn. So I want you to share this room out because today we are going to be talking about emotional intelligence. Can I be totally honest with you? When this person first said this to me, I was thinking of aliens. Like, you know how they say AI, artificial intelligence? Honestly, that's what I thought she was talking about. And I was like, maybe she doesn't really know what she's talking about. But it's obvious she does, right? So I like to keep everything really organic, really cool, just like down to earth. So I'm going to check my comments here. No comments yet, but that's all right. So we're going to make some noise. All right, let's make some noise for my special guest. For my first guest. I'm not liking how my background is looking, actually. Oh, well, that's going to have to do. Anyway, make some noise. Give it up for Jill. Hello, hey girl, hey.
Hello.
Looking like a cool cat there. I see you with your shades on, just looking super spiffy. How you feeling today?
I feel great, amazing, thankful for this opportunity,
Yay!
this conversation.
Yes, so you look amazing, and I just want to jump right into it. I want you to just tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, and then we're going to get started into the interview. Sound cool to you?
Yes, absolutely. You're there, right? Tina? Hello.
You're good. I just put the screen on you by yourself. Go.
Oh, you did? Oh my goodness. Can you still hear me? You're there, because I thought I pressed something. Okay. So hi, thank you everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for being here. Definitely want to jump in and say I am Dale Elizabeth. What can I say? Where do I start? I am an Afro-Latina born and raised in Honduras, Central America, and I have quite a few years of experience in the workplace, human resources, about 15 years in human resources, and going from various different industries for the most part in the healthcare industry. The healthcare industry, I started out in the front desk, and just going along, learning people, getting to know people, and as I kept on talking to people, I kind of realized that, you know what? Hey, people are having a lot of bad experiences at work, in work, with their peers, with their managers, with everybody, with the patients, the customers, the family members, and people will come and talk to me, and just having those experiences, meeting people from all walks of life, I started asking myself these hard questions because I started seeing employees leaving. I started seeing managers having bad experience with employees. I started seeing patients going out, and it just one thing led to another. And I started asking myself these questions: why? What could have prevented these things? What could have prevented that patient from probably getting the proper care the night before, day before, if that employee or that manager had paid attention? Started asking myself these questions. So it sent me on a whole research to go back to school. I got my bachelor's in health service administration, got my master's in human resources management, and it sent me on a research to go back to get my doctorate degree. Just recently got my doctorate degree, doctorate in business administration with a emphasis on social impact management. And it gave me an opportunity to be able to focus on emotional intelligence. And the big question is, what is emotional intelligence, right? The emotional intelligence, to kind of not give you the whole definition, and just you and me. Emotional intelligence is being able to understand your feelings, know what your emotions are, and how to address them, right? Being self-aware with them, and then being able to recognize the employees and the people that are around you that are having those same issues and those same emotions, and help them, get to that next level as well, just like you and just like me. That's it. That's it. If so, that's the basic of the questions. We're going to go a little bit more deep in as we ask questions, but yeah, that's in a
I
nutshell what it
love
is.
it. I love it. You make it sound so simple. Now I understand. First of all, congratulations on your new graduation and everything. I understand that you're starting a new business. Is that correct? Would you like to share that with us?
I am. As a result of this venture, you would think you're done. You should be just go and put your foot up and just take a vacation. No, 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 Tina, no, everyone. I'm not doing that. It's been on my mind for a minute to see how I dug deep. I went into myself. I found out what my passion was, what my purpose was. I meditated. I talked to God, and what is it that where I can add. And then doing this research, and it just kind of all came together. And I decided I wanted to go into my own emotionally intelligent human resources coaching business, um, and that's afoot. It's here, it's out, it's happening, and it's live. So yes.
Lovely. So for the average person that's watching this and they're like emotional intelligence, how important is that in life? Would you say it is important? And if so, how and why?
Oh my goodness. Basics. So there are five, there are different components. They're all pretty much the same. But when you're talking about emotional intelligence, there are about five different components that you're talking about. You're talking about being self-aware. Know that there's an issue. You can't address anything. You can't take care of anything. It's just like when you're in business, the needs analysis, you need to know what the needs are, where you want to go to, and then bridging that gap, right? So what the emotions are, noticing them, being able to, what are your triggers? Know who you are, right? Addressing them. Once you know what they are, then you can now, okay, the next one is self-regulation. What is it am I going to do? How am I going to manage myself, control myself when people try to trigger me or try to bring you out of character? How are you going to stop and say, you know what? I'm not going to feed into that energy. I'm going to just thank them for sharing and move on, and wait until you're in a better headspace, a better emotional space to be able to address them properly, right? So the third one would be self-motivation. How are you getting up every morning? How are you motivating yourself for the next level? Exercising, meditating, praying, journaling. What is it that motivates you? Some people have extrinsic motivation and intrinsic. What is some people say? You need motivate your own self. If you don't have somebody to motivate you, listen to I am affirmations on YouTube. You can record yourself saying positive words and affirmations, and then in the morning play it, and you're talking to your own self. That's self-talk right there. That's motivating. That gets you up and going. The other one is empathy. Are you able to empathize with your employees? Are you able to empathize and put yourself in really their shoes, and see where they're coming from? And this is not only work, Tina, for the organization and having those relationships within the workplace, but also with your husband, wife, like all of the relationships that you have, being able to address them. And then lastly, of course, social awareness. How are you interacting? Those interpersonal skills, being able to address someone and kind of feeding into that, and just making sure that you move with grace and with love.
I love it. I have a question for you. And this question comes from Laura Hedges. I know Laura. She is amazing. I used to work for her back in the day. And I'm not sure she still does this, but when I did work with her, I was a promotional model and she was in charge of us. She was amazing. But her
Yeah.
question on the table is, do you coach employees as well? Because I understand speaking with the boss, teaching the bosses, but tell me how you would do that working with the employees. What does that look like?
Oh my goodness. Breaking down, first, it's knowing where you are, and trying to, coming to grips with where you are emotionally, personally, and professionally, right? Where you are and where you're trying to go. And then looking at that needs, looking at that gap, again, the bridge, right? How do we get from here to here, right? And then bridging that and bringing it together. And between, not me, you, we set up a goal of how you're going to get there, those steps one by one. And the first thing you have to do is, how are you talking to yourself? Addressing that, right? And that's self-awareness, knowing where your triggers are, knowing what are the weaknesses, what are your strengths, knowing how you can move past them, and how you can make sure that when anybody comes and approach you, that you are healthy. Tina, I've been in circumstances where that boss just, they lashed out on that employee so bad, and instead of that employee, they closed in, they backed off, and they didn't defend themselves, they didn't speak up, they didn't know how to, they didn't know that they could, right? And so one thing led to another, creates a bad workplace, and then of course it starts with the person. It starts with then it's because this is the people in the organization are the ones that affect what the culture is going to look like. So why not make sure you build strong relationships within the organization with that person, and then eventually grow the organization.
I love it. I just had an idea, because thinking about Laura when I used to work with her. Hi, Angeline. When you have your boss, say for example, my job is to sell perfume. And if my energy and my attitude is not aligned with what the company has, it's not going to go out to the public. So I guess the question is, I know you work with the employees. Do you think that working with the employees, is this like a one-shot thing where you talk to them and boom, they got it? Or is it a 6-month? Is it a monthly thing? What do you think would work best for a company that wants to change the culture, that wants to change the mindset of their employees so that they can get a better return? What would you say? It's January, it's the beginning of the year, they want to make money. What would you suggest?
I would suggest start small. Address, some people would say the culture needs to change. Well, the culture are the people. Who are the people that are leading the culture? It starts with the managers, but it's top down, bottom up, right? Because the employees are going to, the frontline employees are going to do what that manager, what they do, not what they say. They're like, well, she does it, he does it, so I'm not going to do it. So they pick and choose, right? It's leading by example. Start with, let's address what it is. If it's the culture, let's go with that and focus on that. And slowly, as you address one thing, other things starts to come out.
I love it. I love it. If you are just tuning in, I am interviewing Dale, dalesreports.com. You can go to her website if you want to schedule an appointment with her. She works with employees, employers, and she just changes the culture of businesses. She's been in HR. If you have a question, write your question in the chat for me, please. Dale, now what makes you, because I know when we first had the conversation, you were talking about senior citizens. Oh gosh, I'm saying it wrong. Help me out, girlfriend.
Senior leaders.
Stop laughing at me.
Do you mean the impatients, the residents of
yes,
nursing homes?
Yes, because I know when my grandmother was in a senior citizens place, some of them that worked there, they seemed like they were angels from the heaven, and some of them seemed like they were like just straight from hell. How could you change the culture in that? Give me a conversation on that.
Oh my goodness. It's I worked in quite a few nursing homes in the state of Florida.
Nursing homes, that was the name I was looking for.
Nursing and rehab centers, yes. And that's where our most prized is they said it's our most prized treasures are the kids and the elderly, right? Because they have them there. These ones are seeking for knowledge, and then all of the wisdom is with the elderly, right? And man, I've experienced quite a few things, but how to kind of start and answer your question is addressing and talking to that employee. That's it. Effective communication. Employees want to be seen, they want to be heard, and they want to be understood. They want to make sure that they have a say in what happens in their day. They want to make sure that they are involved. If, for example, a CNA, a nursing assistant, is taking care of a patient, she knows who that resident is. She's with them every single day. She's been there for 3-4 years, right? And now senior leadership makes a decision, and they decide to change her eating habits or whatever. They didn't talk to that nursing assistant. They didn't bring her in on that plan to see what she thought, to see what she thinks. Nobody knows that patient better than this person, this nursing assistant. So why not involve her in that decision? She will feel valued. She will feel appreciated. She will know that her voice means something. She has a seat at the table. She doesn't even know that she has a seat. But if you made that opportunity available, they want to be seen, right? They want to be heard. They want to be understood. That means you making room for them because they're there, right? And you have people that want to be there and want to care, right? And if they and if whenever they don't, then what are you doing? You see it's happening. Push them, challenge them, ask them, all of it.
You know
So
what I think is so wild? Everything you're saying seems like common sense. Like, wouldn't we just do that naturally? Why do you think a lot of the things you're saying or emotional intelligence doesn't just come natural to people?
I would say it doesn't because we in the world of work and especially post pandemic, we have been I'm not gonna say brainwashed, but been trained to think results, business. Leave your emotions at home, Tina. Bring your this is a professional environment. We don't smile here. I got written up one time because I was smiling too much. Can you believe that? For simple things like that. I made the customers them smile. I picked up the phone, things like that. They said, leave that stuff at home. Tell me, explain to me how a human being is going to physically come to work and be all professional and then bring their brain because they need their brain to do the job, and then leave their heart, their feelings, their emotions at home.
I
You
love
can't.
it. I love it. I love it.
It's
Okay.
You're all in sync. Bring it to work and just make it work for the organization. And I promise you, it's going to be a beautiful dance.
I love it. I have a question for you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here's your question. All right. The question I have for you, can you give an example of a successful team building or leadership experience you've had? Would love to hear.
Oh my goodness. I would actually give a recent one. So the organization that I'm in right now, I came, look at the needs analysis, saw where their team were, what they needed, had conversations with them, brought their input, asked them, what is it that I need to do? What is it that they need to do? Where are the gaps, right? Trying to figure that out because I'm a newbie. They've been here, and how we can bridge all of that and bring it all together, right? So what I did, what we came up together as a team is they were there could have been some room for improvement on challenging themselves and owning their position, owning all of it, right? So what we did is that we made a list of all of the beautiful words that are in the HR, right? Empowerment, abundance, emotional intelligence, you know,
I love that word.
purpose driven, overcoming challenges, respect, professionalism, all of these words that are in the world of work. And we put them on a sheet of paper and we separate, crumble it up and put it in a bowl. And I had each and every single one of them pick. And that word that they pick was their word for the month, right? And so we would come together once, twice a month, and we would come together and we would share, hey, what did you research? What did you learn? Share with the team. And that would give us a chance to come together. Team building. You think they're not going to forget that? We brought ice cream. We got, simple little things, ice cream. And we did healthy as well. We got some apples. So, so you got the best of both worlds. And we sat down together as a team, had conversations, still have conversations. Yesterday, we just had our one for January, and it was on teamwork. And let me tell you, my director of HR, he went in and he spoke to their soul, and we had conversation, and it was beautiful, right? And it allowed us to be able to, to know what it is to be respectful, right? Team build. Go and ask your employee, that peer that's next door, right down the door from you. They're not answering the email. Go walk to their office and see, hey, is everything okay? I sent you an email 3 days ago. You're okay. But you came in the office and you see that they're all flustered and, they're frustrated. So now you, emotionally intelligent, will tell you, I'm not going to ask them about that email. I'm going to ask them how they're doing. How are they feeling, right? You ask them those questions. They're able to share. And then, okay, now they're able to digest what's on their mind and said, okay, all you can do is tell them, I hope you feel better. Let me know I'm here for you. Hey, I just got a water from the refrigerator. You want me to bring you one? Because Remind them to breathe. Simple little things. Remind us that we're human beings connecting.
Yes, yes. I'm hearing a lot of retention when I hear you talking, different
Oh,
things that can keep retention. Uh-oh, she said, before you talk about that, it makes me think of a term I've heard all the time. People stay with people, not jobs. And I'm probably saying that wrong.
years.
Do you know where I'm
People,
going?
yes, I do. People leave managers, supervisors, not the
Not jobs.
organization, right? Not the organization, because the organization who it's made up of people, right? And it's the people that decide what happens in the culture, in the daily practices, right? That employee is with that manager every single day. They're working hand in hand with them. And their experiences, for the most part, is going to be derived from their experience and their relationship with that manager and their peers, right? If that manager doesn't know how to, I don't know, address a performance evaluation and they don't come correct and they tell them, you know what, you kind of sucked for the past 90 days. I don't even know, why you even signed up for this job. That's not a way to deliver conversation. That's a sensitive subject in and of itself. So maybe address it in a different way, right? Hey, remember we had that training on such and such a date, and this happened, and the very next day, this happened. You did this. How about you try it this way? What are your thoughts on that? You coming in a little softer. You're not getting rid of the issue. You're addressing a little softer and kind of paving your tone. Why going all hard when all you're doing is you're making it seem like you're attacking the person instead of attacking the solution. Let's stop
Hmm.
attacking our employees. Attack the solutions. Solution is strong, emotionally intelligent
I
relationships
love
in
it.
the workplace.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I have another question for you. So I'm loving everything you're saying. Do you think there is a certain amount of employees a company should have before they start doing this type of training? Like if someone says, "Oh, I just started my company," what are your thoughts on that? Does it have
Oh,
to be
well, you
big
want
companies, little companies?
both, all of it. And and even though my research that I did was predominantly in the healthcare industry, anywhere that there's a human being, you you want to make sure that the relationships that you are encouraging and that you are enhancing and honing, that you want to make sure that they're healthy, right? So if you have a human being in your organization, you're going to want to make sure that you are prepared. Be proactive about it. Don't wait until years down the line you've done your business and you had employees there, the culture's not great, and then you have all these reviews online on this. Just be proactive about it. Get ahead of it and get your headspace, get your mindset in the right space to know how you're going to address, how you're going to approach, how you're going to talk, right, to those employees. And because at the end of the day, you need them and they need you. We need them. We need them and they need us. They're going to
I
take care
love
of
it.
our clients, and it just flows. It's a beautiful relationship.
Girl, the more I'm talking to you, the more ideas that I'm getting about your business because I'm thinking there's that one-on-one. For example, that manager that has people and she may want to hire you for herself to teach me how to be nice to my people. That's what I'm thinking right now. Because
Yes.
sometimes I'm just like, "Ah!" So that's a one-on-one with the
Don't do
employer.
it.
In my mind, I'll say BBB. I'm sure you've heard of it, build, burn, build. And I'll say, yeah, that was good what you did. But then you did it! And then I'll build it up again. So I can see that being good for the manager. And then I
Yes.
can see it the other way around, a second type of business where you're actually talking to the employees. So I can have you talk to my employees or, a company to teach them, well, this is what Tina really wants to do. I'm working with her. Yeah, her energy sometimes can be off, something like that. And then I'm also thinking of courses or workshops or ebooks or what do they call those things? Program workshops. So
Right.
I understand that you're putting
Yeah.
together a
Master
workshop,
classes.
master
Yeah.
class, yes, but a one in to kind of give a little taste of what you'll be doing. Can you tell us a little bit about that, when it is, what people can expect from that?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I do have a free masterclass coming up. It's in early March, March the 4th. I'll be posting the flyer and everything everywhere. But definitely it can give you a starting point, right? Know where you are from a business and a personal standpoint, individually and from a business standpoint, where you are and what issues your employees have, or what you've been hearing the managers, or maybe you've done a survey and the employees then told you that they have all these issues, and you start to kind of break them down break them down slowly. Maybe you are looking to go into business and you're trying to figure out how it is that you're going to approach your employees. Let's make sure, let's have a conversation and see that, make sure that you have the right mindset as it relates to and your employee. Because some people think, they're just robots. Let them do whatever they need to do. I need them to do the job. I need them to come in here and I need them to leave. That's it. No, 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 no. Post pandemic, it's different. People know their value. They know they don't want, I've seen employees leave businesses that paid them a buku amount of money, Tina, just so they can go to somewhere else that it was peace, the culture was on point, valued,
Peace.
they're at peace. It happens, and
peace is important. Peace is important.
At the end of the day, that's what people want. They want to make sure, and I saw a research from Gartner survey where it says that 43% of workers says flexible. They want to be able to have that flexibility in their workday, in some type of decision, being able to be a part of the decision-making process. And they want to level themselves up. They want training programs, and they want to develop themselves. If the opportunity is there, they're going to take it. But if it's not there, if the company's not even providing it, or don't even realize that they need to invest in their valuable capital, like human beings, then they're going to see it. They're going to call it for what it is, and they're going to walk away. And then you're going to continue to have this high turnover, right?
So that sounds like it's leading into my next question. Why is this important? Like, why do we want to train people how to talk to people? What's the purpose of that? I mean, people come, people go. Why is this important? How am I going to make money at this? Like, why would I hire you to teach me how to talk to my people? Or why would I hire you to teach my customers? Talk to me about that.
Quite a few reasons.
It sounds like I shocked you with that one. Because as a business owner, I mean, think about it. As a business owner, you have all these expenses, and you say, okay, so I'm going to pay for an artificial intelligence robot. I'm joking. I keep saying artificial, emotional intelligence coach.
Yes.
Why should I do that? Talk to me.
Because number one, you want to make sure that your employees, you want to retain your employees. And that's the business. That's the bottom line of the business. You need the employees to bring in revenue, to profit. If you don't have the employees, if employees are constantly in and out of your organization, your reviews not good, your turnover is high, your employees are up and going and coming. That's a problem. And that's a problem, right? So you want to make sure that you have, and on top of that, you want quality employees. You want high performers. You want people that are able to talk to each other emotionally intelligently, right? You're able.
You know what? I'm getting so excited because I'm finally understanding this has nothing to do with robots, or
You're able to better communicate. You see that manager that I gave you that don't know how to communicate to people are putting, I've been in businesses where you're putting employees, managers in positions. Yeah, they can do the job, but if they don't have any soft skills, people skills, that is what gets them fired. It happens. I'm in HR. It happens again and again and again, right? The other reason is job satisfaction. Don't you want your employees to be happy? Don't you want them to be satisfied in what they're doing? If they're happy, they're going to make your customers happy. They're going to make your patient happy. And you know what happens? That sounds like best class customer service to me. And you know what happens? Word of mouth. They're going to come back.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's a beautiful dance.
Two more things before we get you out of here. First, I want you to share some type of exercise that you do with employees. So you're coming into the nursing home, and I need you to talk to my staff because we're getting horrible reviews everywhere. the parents of the people that are here, they say we're horrible. And I'm going to hire you to work with my staff for a year, because I know they say it takes 21 days for a habit to occur. But let's just, you know what? We got it in the budget. We're going to hire Dale's report to come into our nursing home for a year to get our staff right. Can you share one exercise that you would do with them to start to turn around the culture of our business? Would love to know.
Yes. This would start with the conversation, right? Since it's all about relationships and it starts with how, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I will start with, you had that bad experience with that person or that manager, a negative experience. You have to speak up. You have to say something. And if you're not, when you get at a decent level emotionally to be able to speak up respectfully, of course, and address that matter, you ask the question, you make the statements, blank statements, right? Hey, when you did this, this is how I felt. Right? When you said this.
So this is the worker talking to
this is
the parent,
their manager, their peer, vice versa. It could be that worker,
you know, girls, sometimes they say I'm a little blonde. So I'm gonna break it down some for me.
Okay.
So I want you to talk to my staff. Okay. I'm gonna bring my staff in here, and they're not that good. And I need them to be nicer and a better attitude. An exercise you can teach me. I'm gonna pretend I'm the staff right now to change the culture around. I think.
Okay. So yes. So you're the staff and you just you don't feel good. And you have issues. Whatever that staff is, whether it's a manager or it's employee to employee, whoever it is, it don't matter. If they had a bad experience or they feel what they feel, so you have to address what the matter is. So ask the question and say that you when you did this, this is what happened to me. So Tina, yesterday when I was at the water cooler, you cursed at me, and that made me feel like like you didn't, I don't like cursing, but you did it anyway. Is there a reason why you did it? And you would say, oh, I didn't mean to. I was in a bad mood. Sorry. That could be great if you went that way. But if you didn't go that way, then you're going to have to be okay with, you said your piece, and then you're able to walk away, backtrack, and say, okay, well, next time I would really appreciate it that you did not do that. And then done. End the conversation. Right? That's one. Two, another thing you can try is breathe. Breathe. You have to breathe. Whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you're doing, breathe. Realize that you are present, you're here, your feelings, your emotions are valid and they're real. People may have told you, or managers, bosses, peers, whoever have told you that whatever you're thinking in your head and what you're saying, you're crazy. It's not. Your emotions are real and you are real.
Oh, so I love that one. I love that one, Beth.
I need you to validate yourself first things first. And now that you have validated and acknowledged yourself, you're able to, okay, now that I know that I'm real and my emotions are real and I am valid and I'm a real person, then now you can start making the steps to, because I'm real and because I know that my emotions are valid, now you are worthy, right? You feel like, well, I am real. This is, I am worthy. So I am worth somebody being respectful to me. You see, the conversation changed.
I love it. I love it. If you're just tuning in, I am Stars Tina interviewing Dale from Dale's Reports here. There's her website there. If you have a business or you're looking to, grow your business, grow your brand, definitely tap into her. She's a coach. She has a master class coming March 11th. Go to her website there, and then you'll see her email. You can sign up for that. Dale, I would like you to leave us with closing remarks. What would you like the people to know in the world, because this is worldwide, it's global, about emotional intelligence, why it's important, and that's about it. Let us know.
Yes. This is for the manager, this is for the HR professional, this is for the business leader, this is for all of us, for you, for me. Stop attacking people. Attack the solutions. The solution is emotional intelligent relationships. Healthy emotional intelligent relationships builds strong relationships, better relationships in a workplace. We need to have better experiences in the workplace and stop ripple affecting the rest of the community. That employee goes to their house, they had that bad experience, they create bad experiences in their homes because they had a bad day, and it's just a whole slew effect of things that happen. You can stop that. You don't want to make a person, a human being, feel bad. So now that you know, just this little glimpse, now that you know, you can act, you can do, you can be better. So this is your one tool. Breathe, stop, listen, and really be intentional about how you're having those conversations with your employees, because it's going to make a world of difference, right? You are the boss of your emotions, right? You can't separate yourself. You can't separate yourself, like they used to say, separation of mind and emotions. Thinking, learning, and it's not separate. It's all one. You are one. You are here. You matter. So I leave you with that.
Girl, I just feel like I got my own personal therapy session in that closing remarks. Like, yes, you make me want to be better. And just the stillness, just saying, be intentional with your emotions. We are in control of them. I hate when people say, well, you made me mad. Well, you made me angry. No, I love that, Dale. If you're watching this, please tap into Dale. She's on Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse, Twitter, you name it, she's there. She is the coach that's going to take your business, that's going to take your mind. I'm going to say relationships, Dale, because not only for businesses, I think this will work for anyone. As I'm thinking here, I may have to add you to my list of coaches. I don't know, because I know you said that you were focused on nursing homes at first, and I know we want to keep our niche for our businesses right here in HR, but it's all about people, right? And
Yes.
all
Yes.
people hurt people, and they need to learn how to just tap in. And I'm gonna hush because I'm loving this topic. I may need you for a part two. If you're watching this and you like what you hear, put some stars in the chat, put some something, give her a follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Dale, thank you so much for the very first interview. In my mind, this is my podcast, okay? You have been
Okay.
my first person. I'm gonna be here every Thursday. Today's Thursday, yes? Every Thursday at 1 p.m. with a special guest. Today, it's all about emotional intelligence. It may sound like a robot.
Yeah,
Did you know? Do you know that they have robotic police dogs? Did you know that?
yes,
I
I've heard.
also, girl, I even saw robotic strippers. What is that about? It was not sexy. I was just like, ew. But
It
this
happens.
morning,
You name it, and it's here. It's out here.
girl,
It's,
I
it's,
heard you talking about all these different apps, but your training, in my opinion, is so imperative right now because computers and artificial intelligence are taking over the world. So you need to have a business, yourself, your mind, your heart, like all that stuff, to be able to communicate with people. Or a robot's going to do your job. I'm just going to hush. I just want to say high five. Thank you. Thank you.
you
I
said
want
it.
you to yes. All right. Thank you so much. Give it up for Dale. Wooty, 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 woo. I am so excited for having Gail here. I am Stars Tina, your traumedy energy coach. Yes. What is that? That's when a trauma and a tragedy combine. When these two energies collide, life changing experiences happen. I'm that coach that's going to take you from good to great to amazing. And every Thursday at 1 p.m., I'm going to have a host on here, a host, a guest, someone who's thriving in their business, thriving in their mindset. And today we had Dale from Dale's Report. I'm so excited to be working with her. If you don't know what emotional intelligence is, if you've ever questioned it, Dale, I'm bringing you back on the camera. One more, Dale. There she is, guys. There she is. There's her website, tap into her website. She's going to be doing different podcasts and different things. She has her master class March 11th. We're stumbling. We're rolling. All right. Bye. See you on Wednesday.
Bye. Thank you, guys.